Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sports Talk Radio. I am here with Aaron and Jack. So we have a few topics today, but the first topic we're going to go with is fantasy football. So, Aaron, starting with you, who do you think is going to be the sleeper for the fantasy?
So there are a lot of, players that I think are really underrated in terms of fantasy football and who will provide the most value for where they can be drafted. And I think one team you have to look at is the Cleveland Browns and the high-powered offense. I think Nick Chubb is very underrated. Yes, they got Kareem Hunt, but I think Nick Chubb has already been solidified as that number one running back. He was very efficient last year in that system, and I think they're going to be scoring more. They're going to be in the red zone more. If you have those other receivers, they'll be there on the 1 yard line just for Nick Chubb to get those easy touchdowns. I think that you can get him lower in the draft, and I think he's a really good value.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point there. So, Jack, what do you think about that?
I don't know about that. I think that, Kareem Hunt succeeded because he was on the Chiefs. And speaking of the Chiefs, we have Damian Williams, running back, who will take the lead for them this year. We've seen in the past when fantasy owners, they'll pick up the replacement running back, and they always seem to succeed, whether it be James Conner, Kareem Hunt, or, D'Angelo Williams back a while ago for Le'Veon Bell. They always seem to succeed. Nab Damian Williams in your fantasy league today. He will be the steal of the draft. I guarantee it.
So, do you think Damian Williams is, going to be one of the best fantasy picks?
I completely, I concur with that statement, for sure.
He when Kareem Hunt went down, he was there. He's what they need in that system. He'll catch passes out of the backfield, and he'll run. He was very efficient. He was a great fantasy pickup, middle in, and I think that he'll be the number one back this year. I think it'll work out.
So you said Nick Chubb.
Hold on a minute. I think we have a caller on the line.
We do. Yeah.
Hello, guys. I'm a big fan of your show. I'm Jared Alley from Sacramento. So you guys were talking about how they did sleepers on Nick Chubb, and obviously you're talking about James Conner. Those are really good picks. You guys are overlooking a guy like Gallup from the Cowboys. He actually has very good numbers with the Cowboys, and you guys haven't. I don't think you guys have mentioned him at all. So what are your thoughts about Gallup?
Yeah, Michael Gallup is a very good receiver. I like these kind of young receivers when it comes with that good quarterback, and while he's someone that has the potential of being really efficient and catching those passes and getting those touchdowns, you just can't really rely on him the same way you can rely on these other guys, especially when he's not even their number one target. So while, yes, they don't have the best receiving core, and he could end up becoming the number one target throughout the year, right now you just can't rely on him to draft him too high and make that. You'd have to wait and pick him up throughout the year.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I think the Cowboys, they haven't seen that much consistency at receiver. Amari Cooper is a good target for them, but they haven't seen a real leader, a great receiver on that team in terms of fantasy since, I think, Dez Bryant. And I don't think we'll see Michael Gallup be that consistent. I don't think you can rely on him in your leagues.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jared.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
All right, so on to our next topic. Who do you guys think did best in the NBA offseason? Starting with you.
All right, so you could go with the big teams like the Clippers, the Lakers, and even the Brooklyn Nets, the Houston Rockets. But I think the New Orleans Pelicans really had a really good offseason for what they're trying to accomplish, what they were trying to do. They really are ahead of the curve. Trading away Anthony Davis, they got so much back for him. You've guys with a great potential, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, who really, you can't, there's been all this talk about, he's a bust, but, hasn't, on a new team, this new opportunity for him to really show how good he is. Brandon Ingram, same thing with him. It's time for him to step up and show his potential. Drafting the guy who's hyped more than any player coming to the draft since LeBron James, Zion Williamson, who has the potential to be that good right away. I think to get him in the draft lottery is insane. They're really, getting a good shooter like JJ Redick for cheap. They're really on the great step to being a team that's already can be contending for the playoffs while rebuilding at the same time. So I think they did a great job.
Yeah, for once I agree with you. I mean, I think that the Pelicans did a great job this offseason. They rounded out their squad. I think a great pick for them. I think he was 17th. Nickeil Alexander-Walker showed out in summer league. Great looking player.
Jackson Hayes too, the center they got from Texas.
I'm not super high on him. He's a little bit raw. But looking at another team, Out west, you got the Los Angeles Clippers, who, when you're talking Clippers versus Lakers, I think that the Clippers are the team. They got NBA champion Kawhi Leonard, Paul George coming off the best season of his career, and they got those role players as well, Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams. They're prime for a championship.
They're more
run.
than role players.
Yeah.
They're great players off the bench, so they're more than role players. Lou Williams is the best, amazing
Yeah.
bench player. He scores 20 a game, so I do agree that
Yeah.
they're good, so they'll be supported here now, but they're more than role players.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you for your opinions, guys. This has been it for the Sport Talk Radio, and we'll see you next time.